Hello everyone, welcome to my very first video and my new channel. My name is Taryn and I am a mama of three and I live in Okotoks, Alberta, and I will be posting videos on mom life and DIYs and maybe some organizational tips. I'm not quite sure what my channel will be about, but I'm gonna start it and see where it goes. So this is my very first video and I'm on a little bit of a time crunch because I have one napping, she's on the monitor here, and to be brutally honest, I have my other two watching TV right now, or Netflix. Just to try and quickly get this done. So I wanted to just do, my very first video is on the differences between your first child and your third child, which it's funny when you have your first child, you're all like, oh, I won't do that. Or actually, even if before you're even a parent, you're always the best parent you can possibly be, and you can always say, oh, I'll never do that. And guess what? Some things just happen. So my very first difference between my first child and my third child are my baby books. So I am a mom of three. My first daughter is almost 6. I have a 2.5-year-old son and I have a 5-month-old daughter. And the first difference between them were my baby books. For my first one, I did a pregnancy journal. So I have this filled out completely. I have lots and lots of photos here, progress photos or bump photos. I have nursery photos, and what else? Everything in between. I have written out the whole pregnancy progress and everything in between. And I don't have that journal for my second or my third. And this is my first daughter's baby book. So I actually do have some pictures that I do need to fill out because I don't have any in the front. But again, it is all completely filled out. Oh, look at that. I even did rainbow handprints. I didn't even realize, I forgot that. And what else? I have lots and lots of photos. That's my first daughter with our kitty. Our first home. We used to live in Calgary. And everything in between. See, completely filled out. I have her milestones filled out, her first bath filled out, everything. And then my son's book, which actually is really neat, it's a National Geographic one. I mean, I have no photos in it, but that's about it. And my last doesn't even have a baby book yet, but I totally intend to do one. And then the other thing too is for my first, I have probably thousands of photos everywhere, like on my iPhone, on the Mac, on the laptop. I have so many photos, I can't even keep track of them. My son, I have some on the phone, like maybe I don't know, not even in the hundreds. And my daughter, I barely even get to take pictures of her. I'm trying to get better, or trying to be better about it, but most of the time they don't even just happen. We're just so busy that I don't even think about it. But a good little tip also is to update your phone. I made that mistake last year and I didn't back up my iPhone and my phone broke and I lost like probably a year's worth of photos of mainly my son and different videos. So it's super important to back up your phone. I guess the third thing that I noticed a huge difference is my daughter, my first one, I used to like dress her up in the nines. I had her ears pierced. I used to put headbands on her. She wore dresses everywhere and she was like, you know, that she's like pink everything and frilly girly, and everywhere we went I had to dress her up. For my son, I mean, he wore sleepers, they were comfortable. And yeah, my daughter, my last daughter, my third daughter, my my third is just completely in sleepers. I don't even bother with outfits, to be honest. I think she may have worn maybe little jeans and a shirt, maybe not even a handful of times since she's been born, and she's 5.5 months old. So there's definitely lots of times she could have worn stuff, but sleepers are just so much easier, especially the third time. And then the other difference I noticed, my first was not allowed to watch TV at all. I didn't give her an iPad until she was well over 2. With my son, we're not too big of TV watchers. We don't have cable. So he didn't really watch TV, but I definitely gave him, by that time, he's definitely watched more than my daughter has. And now with my third, as I said in the beginning, right now my 2 other ones are currently watching TV downstairs, just so I can get this video done. And I'm not going to have any guilt over it, because there's no time for mom guilt, right? And then another huge difference I noticed the first time, and when you're pregnant with your first, you can tell people, oh, like how far along you are. Oh, I am 5 months, 3 days, and 8 hours pregnant. The second one, I could maybe narrow it down, maybe like, I don't know, I'd be lucky if I knew the month, or knew the month and week. And then with my third, I was like, I don't know, how many months am I? I don't even know. And half the time, even now, with how old she is, I'm just like, how many months is she? And I have to like think and count back. So I'm not sure if it's just because maybe it's just there's so much more going on, you don't even really think about it, or it could even just be mom brain. I'm not too sure. And the last thing I have, it kind of goes all along with getting like differences between dresses and sleepers, but leaving the house, most of the time, you're like fighting with your kids to get out of the house. Like it's like rush, rush, rush. With my first daughter, I, took time to like, of course, get her dressed up and whatever, and make sure her nose was wiped or whatever little things. And I don't know if I don't want to generalize genders, but I definitely notice a difference with my son for sure, because half the time he doesn't even want his nose wiped. Yesterday he had dirt, he was playing in the backyard and he had dirt all over his face, and it's a fight just to get him cleaned up. So half the time I'm like, whatever, I don't care anymore. And yeah, so just getting out of the house, I've noticed a huge difference. It's just like, at first time around, you're, a nervous first mom, and you just, you worry a lot about what other people think. And third time, it's just like, whatever, I just need to get out the door. So if my son's face isn't going to be whitewashed, it's just gonna happen when it happens. And anyway, that's I think there was 5 or 6 things there, the difference between a first child and a third child. And I'm sure their list will go on and on as my third gets older. And I just noticed she's moving around on the monitor, so my time here is probably up. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next week.